you love traveling as much as I do, then you're gonna want to hear about this piece of technology that has revolutionized the way that I stay connected whilst I am traveling the world. And as you guys know, I work online. I need to be connected. I need to have data on my phone so that I can stay connected to my clients, also my friends and my family, of course. But today I'm going to be talking about eSIMs. eSIMs are the best way right now to stay online whilst you're traveling around the world, and I'm going to explain exactly why. It's so frustrating every time that I go to a new country and I have to figure out where to get a SIM, how to get a SIM. All the while, I'm trying to do that with no data whatsoever on my phone. It just feels impossible, and it feels like such a chore. When I'm landing somewhere and I'm jet lagged and I just want to enjoy the new place that I'm in, I don't want to have to think about getting a SIM card. The company that have made it possible for me to travel around without having to get a SIM card in every country is Holafly. This company provides eSIMs, which you can download straight to your phone, so no physical card is needed. You just download the SIM straight to your phone and you can use this data all over the world. The best thing about Holafly is that the SIM card is so easy to set up. They say it takes less than 5 minutes, but actually it took me less than 1 minute to set this up. Let me show you how easy it is to set up your Holafly eSIM. So the first thing I'm going to do is go and select the destination. I'm in Indonesia, so I'm going to select Asia first of all. The great thing about the Asia SIM is you can connect in 13 different countries. You need to check to see which phone is compatible with the eSIM. There are a ton of phones on there, and if you can't see yours on there, you can just go and chat to them in the live chat to make sure. They reply in under 3 minutes, which is insanely fast. So I'm going to select the 8 gigabytes for 30 days SIM, and then I'm going to add this to my cart. Once you've added it into your cart, what you can do is you can add in my discount code Claudia Woodham, and that will give you 5% off. Immediately after purchasing the SIM, you're going to receive an email with your unique QR code, which you can scan with your phone. That's going to take you to directly setting up the eSIM on your phone. There are also guides that you can look at in case you get stuck with your particular phone, but it is very, very straightforward. As you can see, when I'm going through the setup on my phone, it's just asking me to choose a primary and a secondary SIM, which I've done, and it's asking me which SIM I want to use for my data and which SIM I want to use for my phone calls. So I've selected the Holafly SIM for my data and my primary SIM, which is my home network SIM, for my phone calls so that I can still receive calls from friends and family if I want to. When I went onto their website, I was so surprised how many countries they actually cater to with the eSIMs. Like, I know that I could pretty much go anywhere in the world and be able to get an eSIM for my phone. And the other amazing thing is that they have regional eSIMs. So for example, I have an eSIM for Asia. Even though right now I'm in Bali, Indonesia, I could fly to Thailand next week or Vietnam or anywhere else in the space of 30 days and still have data without having to change to a different SIM card, without having to look to find a SIM card in these countries. Like, how convenient is that? I was mind blown by this and how convenient it really is. The other thing that I really love about Holafly is that they have 24-hour support. They have a chat box on their website, but they also have a 24-hour WhatsApp number. And I haven't had to use it yet because the setup was that easy. I haven't had any issues whatsoever, but I know that if I did need to get in contact with them for whatever reason, they are going to be on it straight away. And even on their chat box, they typically reply in 3 minutes. Now, that is what I call customer service. So now you know how easy it is to set up the eSIM on your phone. Let me talk about some of the benefits of eSIMs, because honestly, this has just made my life so much easier. Let's talk about them. So reason number one why you need an eSIM is that when you're traveling around to different countries and you have to go out and find a SIM card, that can be such a hassle, especially when you don't have data when you land. You know, you can't load Google Maps, you can't Google where to get a SIM from. You don't know your way around a lot of the time, especially as a woman traveling. If I was traveling on my own and walking around on my own, I'd want that sense of security that I'd be able to call somebody if something was wrong. With an eSIM, you can have data on your phone from the second you touch down in that country, which I think is so important, and it takes so much of the stress out of traveling. Another reason you need to get an eSIM, if you're traveling around to lots of different countries, you're gonna have to buy lots of different SIMs. And say you're traveling to 4 different countries in 1 month, as I know backpackers, digital nomads often do, you'd have to get a different SIM in every single country, going through that same annoying process every single time and spending the money 4 times. Whereas with Holafly, for example, if you're in Asia, they have an eSIM that covers 13 countries in Asia. So there's a good chance that most of, if not all of the countries you're going to are going to be covered by this eSIM. So you only need the 1 SIM for the whole visit. There are more reasons. Reason number 3 is that I need to keep my UK phone number in my phone for various reasons. I want my family and my friends to stay connected to me. I want them to be able to still text me and ring me on that number. If my bank needs to ring me, if somebody, an official organisation from the UK that has my UK number wants to ring me, they can. The other thing is 2-factor identification. We all use it these days. We all use it to keep secure with our banking, with our social media accounts, with so many things. And you don't want to have to keep changing your number to a different number. You want to keep your original number on these 2-factor ID platforms. And it is so annoying, trust me, because I've had to do this before. It's so annoying when you have to keep taking your SIM card out and putting it back in again all of the time whenever you get one of these 2-factor ID text messages. With an eSIM, you get to keep your original number with the SIM card that's in your phone. You don't have to take that out. And you get the eSIM as well on top of that, so you can use both. And the other thing is, because of that, you're not gonna lose your SIM card. I was always so terrified because of how small they are that I would lose it somewhere and lose my number and not be able to get another SIM card sent out to me, because when you're halfway across the world, getting a SIM card sent to you physically is just a nightmare, especially when you're moving around a lot. eSIMs just take away the stress of any of that happening. For me, it's an absolute no-brainer. Honestly, there are so many pros to getting an eSIM rather than a traditional SIM in your phone whilst you're traveling. Holafly is a great company for me because there are so many destinations to choose from. They have great 24/7 customer care, and the setup process is so easy. So if you want to go and grab your own eSIM for when you're traveling next, I'm going to leave the link down in the description, and I'm also going to leave you a 5% discount code. So just use my name, Claudia Woodham, when you go to the checkout, and you're going to get 5% off the total of the SIM. I do not talk about companies that I don't 100% believe in, so I urge you to go and check this out, especially if you are traveling anytime soon.